Hello, my fellow sneakerheads. This is sneaker resident Benjamin Scott. Welcome to a brand new episode of Sneaker Jamz Rebound. And on today's new episode, I have here a very special guest. And of course, she and we used to model here at the Hilton Hotel for Sherry Goodhart's Live Out Loud charity.
Yes.
And we met up again for Beautiful You fashion tour, and it was so awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Miss Joy Pilot. Thank you
Hi.
for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me, Benjamin. It's been my pleasure coming out here to Chicago and sharing this wonderful occasion with you and coming to speak and share on some situations and issues that we need to share and talk about.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's absolutely my pleasure. So, tell me, how did you get into modeling?
I got into modeling at a very, very early age. I would say a toddler, coming out of the womb.
Right.
My mother, she was an entertainer in fashion and also in music. She sang, she danced, she did a lot of producing, a lot of fashion shows. And so, as growing up, traveling with her with the band, I slept behind the drummer and fell asleep at 2, 3 in the morning while she was practicing. So it was just drilled in me. I went to sleep with it, woke up with it. And also she would put me into the NAACP pageant, mother-daughter pageants, where she would walk in her category and I would walk in mine. And one year we both won mother and daughter for that year. So that was awesome. As I also did a rendition of Young Love with Janet Jackson. I had a live band behind me singing that. So once I got a taste of being on stage, it was like, oh my God, I love this. And so I started entering a lot of auditioning for a lot of shows, professional dancing tried out for the Sensations, for the Lovables, actually here in Chicago, Illinois.
Cool.
That was such a wonderful experience.
That is cool.
Yes, I also tried out for Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders. So that was awesome. Made it to the finals 2 years in a row.
Right.
And so it just stuck with me to do this. And so I just love being on the runway and being on stage. So it's just kind of stuck with me to do.
Nice, very nice. Have you met some celebrities throughout your career?
I've met a couple of celebrities.
Cool.
I've met LL on
Cool,
2 occasions. Let's see. Oh my God, I'm having a brain freeze, but yes, I have.
Okay.
I'm not the one that gets kind of color struck. I mean, not color struck, but superstar struck whenever they come in, because they're just everyday people like us. It's just that they're on a higher platform and a higher playing field. So, So,
you're also an actress. Was you in Crazy in Alabama?
I was if they came to Homa, it was Crazy in Alabama with Melanie Griffith. And then there was one lesson about dying with Mekhi Phifer.
Cool.
That was in Homa, and that was an Academy Award winning show for HBO. I did extra work. I didn't really have a speaking role, but I was learning the back scenes of how an actual movie is put together and being in the back scenes of everything, and it was just awesome. I learned a lot.
Wow, that is awesome. I'm
Thank
happy
you.
for you, 100%.
Thank you.
Now, the world wants to know, how did you get into suicide prevention?
I got into suicide prevention. There's a lot of variables of why, very personal. One being that I tried to commit suicide myself.
Wow.
Yes. Actually, I spoke on one of taking pills that was Tylenol. I took a whole bottle, and I'm anemic as it is. So Tylenol is a blood thinner. So it was very bad. I was going through at that time, I was going through a bad marriage, a divorce, and being a single mom, trying to get through school and, make sure you're taking care of 3 kids at that time. And it just kind of got overbearing, and I felt that I had no way out, and I felt that no one was listening or no one was hearing the things that I was going through, and I got in a very depressed state. I felt like I could not find my way out of the situation, like that was just the end, that, if I'm gone, then things will be better if I'm just not here. And needless to say, I'm here. That did not work. The doctors had to pump my stomach out, and I stayed in the hospital for about a week going through that. So, that being personal, just realizing how you can overcome anything that detrimental or tragic of almost losing my own life.
Yeah.
That just finding different ways to deal with the thinking process when your mind is just getting cluttered with all these thoughts and you have no outlet. So that was one personal situation that got me being an advocate for this. And the second one was I had a close cousin named Michael Thompson. He ended up committing suicide at a very young age, 19, 20, getting ready to go to college, had his whole life ahead of him. But unfortunately, he shot himself and took his own life. And so that alone, makes me push for this because it's one of those, you see the signs, but we kind of ignore them because we think that person is so strong. And we have that facade of, putting that smile on, getting up every day and putting that mask that this is how I have to present myself, thinking I not wanting to share, I need to talk to someone, or putting it in a journal and writing it down, or calling someone and just saying, hey, I'm going through this, can you help me process what I'm going through, because I'm feeling very down today, or I feel like I want to take myself out. Just saying those words to someone at this time, to me, makes a big difference at this time. So those are the two situations for me personally that has me as an advocate, because it touched home twice for me. And so, I just want to bring awareness to everyone that every day is a brand new day. Every day you can get up and try something different than you did the day before to change your situation, that you don't have to result in taking your own life. To love yourself first, not just the loved ones that you may leave if you actually go through the suicide, but yourself. Set yourself up for where you can encourage yourself to get out of those moments, to identify those moments. Oh, I'm in a low place. I need to write something down. Oh, I'm in a low place. I need to talk to someone. Or I'm in a low place that I need to call and reach out. Or just, wave a white flag, do some drawing, to get someone's attention that you need.
You know what? I love your story, and it really touched my heart 100%. And guys, suicide prevention is no joke, but suicide prevention awareness is very important to everybody out there. And if you have any suicide problems or don't know what to do, you might want to call a toll-free hotline. What is the hotline?
The hotline number is 1-800-273-TALK or 1-800-273-SUICIDE. Or you can just call me or DM me at 251-293-9071. My line is always open 24 hours. If you just need to vent, if you just need to say, hey, what direction do I need to go with this? You may need professional help versus you need to, go to the hospital, and we can get that done for you as soon as possible.
Awesome. That's a good message. That's a very good message from Joy Pilot, 100%. Now, how did you get into sneakers? Are your kids sneakerheads?
My kids are sneakerheads. I have a friend that's sneakerheads. I have a lot of coworkers that are sneakerheads. I go to work and I wear a certain foam. I have a foam deposit sneaker.
Okay.
The foam deposits.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, what are those? Because I don't wear a lot of my sneakers often, but when I do, it's like, oh, Miss Joy has on tennis shoes, because I'm always dressed up. So my kids, of course, they always want me to get Jordans, but at that time, being a single mom with 4 kids, multiply that time 2 times 3. That is very expensive.
Yeah, it is.
So, I had a relative. She blessed all 4 of my kids one time, and she bought them all Jordans.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, hey, this might be a thing, something to give them whenever they're doing well in school, or whether they just need, some positive, something to look forward to, and I'll buy them, but I love sneakers, and so coming on to Sneaker Jam and you teaching and showing us the history of the sneaker jams and when they were worn and who wore them, the time they were made, all the controversy with the Jordans.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know that with the 25 and the 45.
Actually, number 23.
23? 23 and 45. That's my dyslexia kicking in, guys. But
That's
yes. But I knew it was 45 and 23. I didn't know that controversy with the new and the old sneakers until I watched Sneaker Jam. So I thank you for that interesting information.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. Just remember, casual sneakers are the best in the fashion industry. You could dress up, you could dress down. It's all about being yourself. And if you can't be yourself, well, nobody can accept you. And I mean that for real. When I mean for real, oh baby, I mean for real. Now, I always ask my guests this question. Would you prefer casual sneakers over dress shoes?
Oh, that's a tough one, but easy. Casual. I always love to be comfortable, but if I can have a casual tennis or sneaker high heel, I'm your girl.
Nice. That's real facts, y'all. That's real facts. But before we leave, what is your message to all the women out there who could be models like you?
Being Miss Fashion Global is what we do as far as speaking on women empowerment. And my encouraging words to women that would like to be in the fashion industry: to follow your dreams. Make your small-term goals, accomplish those, and you'll see that you'll get to your long-term goals. Just never quit, never give up. Never let anyone put any negative information or give you negative energy whenever you're going to your auditions. Don't forget, if you don't make it, just going to the audition itself is a great accomplishment, because that teaches you your communication skills, that teaches you your social skills, your networking, you're showing your brand. You are your brand, so you have to get out there. So when you have those days where you're under the weather and you're like, I quit, I just don't want to do this, these girls are too catty, or this group over here, this production, I don't like how this production is going. Be that light. Go to that venue or go to that casting and be the role model and give the encouragement of translating your authentic self as you go day to day, and you just show your authentic self and let it translate in a positive way, that whatever you're going through or you're going to or coming out of, that your experience in life may help that next person even at that audition. You just never know the opportunities that you may have if you don't get up and go, or you don't get up and try.
Now that is a positive message from Joy Pilot. Where can we find you on social media?
You can also find me on Twitter, Joy Pilot, at Joy Pilot. You can also find me at Facebook, Joy Pilot 1. It's under construction right now, but you can find me there. And you can also find me on TikTok at Pilot47 Skincare. Also, you can find me on Instagram, Health Beauty Pilot47. And when you can reach me need to reach me for anything pertaining to suicide or health and wellness, you can find me on Instagram at OFlawlessJP. OFlawless standing for God's word is flawless. That you trust in Him and anything is possible.
That's true. Anything is possible. You can also check out yours truly on Facebook.com under Benjamin Scott, Instagram at Benjamin.Scott, and also on YouTube under Benjamin Scott Sneaker Jams. That's Jamz, not S, Z. Remember that.
Z.
Thank you so much for coming on Sneaker Jams.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for letting me use your platform to share my innermost thoughts and feelings on this subject and getting that awareness out. So I appreciate you for having me here in Chi-Town.
It's always my pleasure. And thank you guys for tuning in. Now, if you want to know which casual sneakers will I show y'all on Sneaker Jams, or better yet, which special guest shall I bring like Joy here on Sneaker Jams, what do you think?
Wow, that's very interesting. I don't know. They need to stay tuned for next time.
Of course. Well, that's for us to know and you to find out. So stay tuned to the next episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And come on back on Sneaker Jamz.
I sure will. Anytime.
And as always, this is Sneaker Resident Benjamin Scott with Joy Pilot. We'll see you guys next time. So God bless y'all. Peace. And always remember, lace them up and kick it with what?
Sneaker Jamz.
That's right. Peace.